possible, that God must be at the center of our possibilities. If we leave him, then we will not have the good, prosperous success that we want. We also realized that possibilities must be created. They don't just happen. It is a creation, just like God created. So we create our possibilities with intention. And day 3, we moved ahead and we saw the how to create. And we said, let us speak our world into possibilities. And we have faith and believe, because all things are possible, not to everyone, but only to them that believe. And today we are finalizing our 4th week, been a month of igniting. So today is our 4th week, and our lesson today will be still on Genesis chapter 1, and we'll continue with the verse there. Genesis 1-7. So God created man in his own image. He created them, male and female. So you are created in God's image. And that is the foundation of today. Because if you don't see yourself as God's creation and in his own image, and think about an image. When you go to the mirror and you say, that's my image, what are you truly saying? You're saying, that is me. So God created. And when he created, he said, it is in my own image. So he could see himself. And we saw that God was a creator. And that's what we saw in day 2, that you are also a creator, truly in the image of God. Then we saw God spoke and God said, let there be light. And we also realized that in day 3, that you can also speak, actually created in God's image, that your words have got power and they can turn around things. So you are actually created in the image of God. That is the foundation of today's class, that you are a mini God. We want to use the capital G, but we are going to call you a small g, because you are the creator. You can, like God, and God said, you can also speak and you can create possibilities for yourself. So that is the image I want you to start seeing yourself. And you are not left behind. It was male and female. You are already there. You are created in God's image. You are a creator. You can speak your world of possibilities. And we also saw, and God saw, that everything he had created was good. So you can also see, and that one we explored in day 3, because you can visualize the world that you want to create, and all these things are possible. So day 1, 2, and 3, that's where we reached. So those who are joining us, now you can move with us. Today is going to be short, but short and sweet. So if that is so, then ladies, then it behooves us to arise and shine. To arise and shine, because the star is already within you. That brilliance is already within you. But we have been playing small. We have not been creating those possibilities in our worlds. And I want you to start now as we come to the end of this program. Now that you have got inner brilliance waiting to be ignited, where is it that you have been playing small? Where is it that you have not seen yourself as the creator of your possibilities? Where is it that you have been living and giving others the power over you? That they are the ones deciding. They're the ones deciding your career. They're the ones deciding how far you can go with your career. There are places where you have found yourself that you have played small, you have shrunk, you have tied yourselves with ropes. Nobody can even see where you are. You are in a cage. Is your brilliance out there? And when you imagine of a brilliance, you can't hide it. Where is light, there is no darkness. So there's no 50-50. It is either you are outshining or you are not. That's what we are talking about. So if you are in the image of God and you have got inner brilliance that is within you, then it is time now to start creating possibilities. And we said, let there be light. So we start speaking light into our circumstances. We start speaking light into our health. We start speaking light into our careers. We start speaking light in everything, in every aspect of our lives. Is no more time now to play small. God has created in us that brilliance is already within us. We cannot stay where we have been. You cannot be where you were in January. So I want you to check. Just take a moment now and audit. Check a perspective of your life, 360 degrees. Am I the same place I was in January? And I remember January, we had Angeline, our speaker. Yeah? And we started the journey of becoming. So have we become? Are we at the same space where we were? What has changed? What has improved? 1% degree. Because that is the degree that makes water boil. If it is 99.99, it won't boil. It has to reach 100%. So where is it that we are still in the same space that we were? I was looking at myself, I was thinking, oh my goodness, in my wardrobe, am I still in the same space I was in January? And I quickly had to take action. I realized, yes, I've lost so much weight. Clothes are becoming baggy. And I've not bought enough, enough. So that is an action plan that I am actually working on it now. Because I can't go on wearing baggy clothes. I must dress up and show up. So where? Just check. And maybe we can share in the chat. That shared mine. The wardrobe needed some lights. What about you? Maybe to you it's your hairdresser, where we need some light there. Maybe we've just been staying on the same style over and over again, need to ignite. Where is it? Maybe you can share in the chat, those who can. It's just interesting to have these conversations and seeing how we can create possibilities of having a new wardrobe, of having a new hairdresser, of maybe going to the spa. That's a possibility. Maybe it's having the next level customer. Maybe that is what is for you. Maybe it's to have a wider network that is meaningful. Maybe that is the possibility you want to create. What is it that you want? You've noticed there's a gap, and there's no light here, because we have said it's either light or darkness. So it can't be in between. So we are now checking, where is it that is no light, that is darkness, that we want to ignite and bring in that brilliance? Kindly share. Let's see. Kindly say something in the chat. I love engaging. Welcome. I can see Rose has joined us. Karibu, Rose. Thank you, Edith. I think you were the first one. Thank you, Alberta. Karibu sana. Karibuni sana. Let's share. Let's make it fun. Let's understand the areas. Well, if you want to speak, you can also unmute. Is it me? Is not seeing anything? Okay, I'm not seeing anything in the chat. I don't know whether you are still with me or you are not. You there? Yes, now they are coming. Oh, it says my wardrobe and more personal care. Schedule a regular spa. Yeah, that's amazing. I remember where I stay, there's a spa near me, and I had to take packages with them, because you want it to be regular. It's something that you can discuss with them and tell them, because I'll be taking this many times. Then you can reduce the price for me. You have to speak to create those possibilities. So that is something that is possible. Thank you so much, Edith, for sharing. Consistency, exercise, and weight loss journey and personal care. Now, Mumbi, your exercise and weight loss journey. I want you to create a new possibility there, such that this becomes your way of life, that it is your word. You see, when you speak, it is your word, and you can't go against your word. Your word is your integrity. So create that possibility that you will keep your word. The problem here is because you have not kept your word. You broke your own word. And the reason why we trust God is because He doesn't break His word. That's why we can trust, because we know He's here and there. So the moment you start breaking that word, there's some gap. So work on that, speak it, create that possibility. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, who is this? Salome. I've been working on my book, and finally, congratulations, Salome. You are finally having your book ready. You have created that possibility. Amazing, amazing. Congratulations. And you are also working on career shift. Thank you for sharing. That's amazing. That's how we create possibilities. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. So that is where we are saying that it is our moment to arise and shine. So let's see then how we are going to do this. The next verse, somewhere I didn't want to quote the Bible verse. It's about now, after creation, what were they told to do? They were told to subdue and have dominion. To subdue and have dominion. Now, that is your purpose. That is what you are meant for. That personal care we are talking about, we must subdue it and have dominion. There's nothing that is going to let us down, not even this sickness. We have refused everything because we have dominion. So our work is to subdue and have dominion. I hope I have somewhere where, yes. So what is the meaning of dominion? Dominion is to dominate. What is to dominate? What are the other words for to dominate? Is to prevail. Wow, this is powerful. Because every time something comes into your mind that I can't exercise today, then I must prevail over that thought. It's about commanding. I must command. I like the way Angeline has commanded herself that she's going for a walk this evening. It's about overlooking all that is negative and focusing on what is positive. Dominion is you being the ruler, being the master. It's about predominating. It's about reigning like a king, like a queen. You have full control. And as you are saying these words, I hope you are seeing that you are actually, we use the word creator. Now we are saying again, you are the master. You are the queen. You are the director of your own life. That right now, in a moment, when Salome tells us she's going to pick up her books from the publisher, She prevailed over so many sleepless nights when she was writing that book. She had to command herself to stay sane while she's still pursuing a career and doing and authoring a book. So all things are possible, but you must be the master. You must be the director of your own life. And think about your life right now, where you are right now. It's the possibilities that you have created. You have been the master. You know, the way you are the driver, the pilot of your own car, the way you decide, I'm going to park, or I'm going to speed, or I'm going to do this corner, and this is how I'm going to do it. That's how you have been doing it. Maybe you have been doing it unconsciously. But now we are bringing that unconscious to the conscious so that you can actually be in charge. You can actually prevail. You can actually command because you have the power. Remember, every word you speak creates. So that you are commanding all the situations in your life that you are ruling. Can you imagine? Like now we have President Ruto ruling over us. His word is like final. I mean, you try go here and there, but it still prevails. Yeah, that is the thing. You are directing your own lives. And that is today's lesson, that we are lesson number 2. Number 1, created in the image of God. Number 2, we are created for dominion, to dominate, to subdue and dominate and have dominion. That means you must acknowledge yourself first as in the image of God. You have got the power. That's why you stop playing small. You start thinking of yourself small. You stop thinking that you are not worthy. You stop thinking that I'm not good enough. And you start now showing up. And we're not saying that you're going to show up in a second. You're going to show up in a process. It's a process, it's progress. You move today 1%, tomorrow 2%, another day 3%, then continuously it's a journey of becoming. You become now the woman God created in his own image. Wow, how is this conversation taking us? Oh, this is amazing. I'm creating a possibility here. So let's hear from Beta. Beta? Are you there, Alberta? Maybe she's not able to speak. Edith? Hi, Edith. I want to engage some people.
Hi, Coach.
Yes. What are you getting so far?
What I'm getting from today and the previous sessions is that the power is within me, and that power that God gave the human being, the power of dominion. I have it, and it is within me to exercise it. And with that, then I'm able to do much more and even surprise myself, if only that I commit.
Wow. 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 Thank you so much, Edith. Exactly. So it's our turn now to exercise that power. That power is not over there. It's here within us. So it's up to us now to exercise that authority that we have within us. Thank you. Great. Lesson number 3 is possibilities are created when you dominate. When you realize you have got the power and authority, that you are the lady behind the steering wheel, that whatever you want, you can create. Whatever you desire, you can create. That is a new world of possibilities in itself, because you can imagine how many times we don't unlock this potential within us because we have allowed circumstances, Like today, I could just have easily said, oh, I am sick, I am this cold, I'm coughing, I can't even speak. Now look at the way I'm speaking. Eh? You know, I would have said that. But you see, I exercised my authority and I said, no, I cannot miss day 4. This is the climax of the 4 days, and here I am. So possibilities are created when you exercise your power, when you exercise your authority. So think about anything in your life that you have not subdued, and right now, create that new possibilities that you can dominate it. It could be relationships, and this is a new possibility that you can create because you're going to have authority and power that you already have that power to create a possibility in your relationships. So possibilities are created when you dominate, not when you are just seated down there. You know you have got the power. Yes, I know I've got the power, but what are you doing with the power that you already have? So it is time to exercise that. This is amazing, amazing, amazing. And I want to bring another aspect there, that you can only dominate when you are in the flow. What do I mean that? I mean, when you are in alignment. What is alignment for you? First of all, is knowing that you are the queen, that you are the creator, that you are the master. That knowledge, first of all, unlocks potential for you because you realize that anything that you want, you can create. The flow means then, when you recognize that power, then you recognize that you have got gifts and strengths within you. And God has gifted you, has given you these gifts. And maybe this evening, these boxes of gifts which God has given you are still in their boxes. They have not been unwrapped. The ribbon is still there. Pink ribbon is still there. It has not been unwrapped. Maybe you don't even know what these gifts are. You have not found time to discover the powerful creator you are, the powerful woman you are. Or maybe you've thought it is only one gift. I have a gift of speaking, that is it. And you've not allowed yourself to discover what else is there. And this was amazing because I knew, for example, myself, I knew, yes, one day I would author a book. But it was still dormant. It was still dormant. And looking back, as I said in the first class, that is over 20 years ago when I wrote it down. Not over 20, I mean, how many years are now? Those are many, yeah, 209 kind of years. Those are many years. All those years. And it was just dormant. I was not doing anything about it. Yes, I knew I would write. But you see, maybe I was putting that possibility when I'm 60 years. But somebody has to spark that out. And when I was ignited, I became unstoppable. The book had to be out. And I was so much in alignment that even as I was writing this book, another author found me and I wrote another one. So you can see when you are in alignment, the grace is there. You don't even struggle. The grace is there. But for you to have the grace, for you to discover, because that's a popote, it is already there. It's not going anywhere. But for you to discover the grace that I have got grace in my life, you must spark that dream. You must spark the dream. You must spark that desire and bring it to pass. I think my internet is not behaving well. Okay, I want somebody else to speak. Oh, Joyce? Are you able to speak? I'm not sure you're hearing me.
Coach, you're here.
Okay, okay. Mary? Mary? Okay. Maybe somebody can contribute. The ones I'm calling are maybe not. Someone else to contribute? Let's finish strong. It's going to be short. Maybe Mumbi, you can speak now that you're the only one speaking here. Okay. Rose, how are you? Nice to see you here. Thank you.
Yes.
What are you getting out of our conversation?
I'm learning about how we can I'm actually learning about exercising authority, and there's one area of my life I've really been struggling with exercise, cutting weight. So yeah, I'm there. So I'm trying to get a gym membership so that now it's regular, so that I pay and I ensure now I have to go. So yes, that is one area I'm keen on working on. Yes.
That's profound, Rose. I remember even me, I had a membership the first time I began. I had to pay for it for me to feel the pain and to wake up every morning and rush there. So yes, it works when you put systems in place. Thank you so much for sharing. Yes, so let there be light. Beautiful. I'm waiting for someone to share on you can only dominate when you're in the flow. I'm just checking whether we are in the conversation. Anyone who is willing to share? Maybe Salome? Oh, Salome has even left. Okay. Okay. Let's move on. Let's assume that you are getting it.
Coach, I can share about the flow.
Yes.
Yeah, I was a bit distracted. That was not responding. So for you to really dominate, there has to be a flow, like you're aligned to what the gifts you have and what you really need in life. So you have to be aligned. Like you know the gifts that you have, you know what you want, and you know what is required of you. Now then you can dominate and command. Use the power that you have within you to realize what you want.
So beautiful. How are you dominating, Mary?
Well, I'm just seeing pictures. I'm seeing pictures. I know what I want. I know the gifts, but I think they are not yet aligned. So it's some work to get to align.
There's some alignment to do.
There's an alignment. Like today, I caught myself being conscious. And I was writing down, why am I not getting the results that I want?
Yes.
So I listed some, like 7 things that I think I am not doing, that if I did, I would be able to get where I want to be. And maybe in this conversation, I'll be able to align myself better.
Yes.
But now
and
just
create
being
now new possibilities. Yes.
And being conscious of my emotion, I kept asking myself, am I happy? Am I? And when you ask yourself if you're happy, Then happiness comes because you're conscious of that emotion. So I caught myself, what is the emotion that is present with me now? Yes, and then that emotion came.
Yes.
So just move through to my emotions and being conscious of actions I'm taking at this particular moment, whether they are the actions I want to be in, that makes a lot of difference. And it's not something I've been doing previously. I just caught myself, I became conscious.
Wow, wow, wow. I love that aspect, Mary. When you are still, when you take time to reflect, then you are able now to see new possibilities, because now you had thinking time, you are able to reflect, you're able to ask yourself questions, and that was powerful. Why am I not getting the results that I've been aiming? And you've not just been silent, you've been aiming, you've been working on it. So why am I not getting those results? That's a very powerful question. And that's how to bring alignment, because you are bridging in the gap. And the more and more you awaken, that's what we call awakening. Now you awaken to that higher self, where now there's guidance, because all the answers are within you. Remember, we said you are in the image of God. So you are a God, you are a creator, you have everything, all that possibility within you. But many times we are so much distracted that we don't look inwards. There's so much, the boat is rocking, the winds, the storms, everything. But we are learning now the power to speak, to let the storms be still, so that we can reconnect to our soul. We can reconnect to what is rich within us. And that is where, in that pot, where we find grace, that grace that gives you favor, even as you move on, because you not need to struggle. You will just flow. It will just come to you easily and effortlessly, without any struggle. And that is amazing, to know that you can only dominate when you are in the flow. So our work then is to make sure that we are in the alignment, we are aligned, that we are connected, first of all, to the source, that is God. Remember, that's where we started with. So if you are not connected there, you must strengthen that connection. Then now we also talked about faith, we talked about believing, we talked about speaking. All those things is creating an alignment, and that's what brings you and helps you to dominate. Okay. Yes, and as we dominate, you are asking yourself every day, are you the head or are you the tail? Who are you? As you move into your career, are you the head or are you the tail? As you move into your business, are you the head or the tail? As you move on to anything that you do in your finances, are you leading? Are you the head or you are the tail? And if you are to align yourself with the word of God, then you are meant to be the head only and not the tail, above and not below. So that's another alignment, such that because you cannot dominate when you are the tail. There's no dominion there. You're not ruling. So anytime you are the tail, that's not your portion. That's not your portion. I remember when in primary school, I could never be the tail. I just used to be the head. Yes, the head. And I don't know where I lost it. In high school, I became top 20, not top 5. So there's something that scared me. Maybe other children from other schools came and I thought, wow, those ones are brighter. Then I allowed myself. Remember, it is me controlling my own ship. Then I listened to that in my own head and agreed and told myself, what? How am I talking at this kind of school? Then I allowed myself there. But if I had continued with the same possibility, then that would be still the same case even in high school. So it is now we are bringing that consciousness that in every aspect of our lives, even in our health, we are meant to prosper in health. You see, being the head in our marriages. You cannot be the tail in the marriages. Marriage cannot be a tail. And you talk about dominating. You're not dominating there for real. You cannot be dominating, and God has packaged you with the strengths and the abilities and told you to move your body, and you are not moving it. For many years, I never moved my body. My body was not in motion. And because it is not in alignment with the word of God, I got sickness, chronic diseases. I steered my own ship towards that. So I want you to start seeing that everything in your life you have created. If it is debt, if you are not dominating in your money and finances, and you're not talking about having billions, it's about whatever God has given you at this particular time. How are you dominating in it? How is your dominion being practiced there? How are you ruling that money? Are you letting the money control you, or are you controlling the money? Being the head and not the tail. Maybe you are the head of department somewhere. Are you the head? Are you performing? Or you are the tail? That when people are giving their departmental results, you is usually the tail. We must start positioning ourselves as what we are in the image of God, as gods, as creators of new possibilities. That is, we talked about possibilities. There's infinite, limitless, endless. So let's be open to this possibility. Let's explore. And how do you explore? Is by taking that small step towards where you are inspired to be. Because it's not everything that will give you success. It's not everything that will give you success. But there is a place where God has positioned you to be. You see, the cactus will bloom very well in the desert, while something else, a mango tree, will not. So don't try to be a cactus or a mango. Be who God created you to be, for you to dominate, for you to be the head and not the tail. I remember when I started the book club, and people saw it's working, and they're like, I'm also going to start a book club. And in my heart, I was saying, now look, instead of being an original, you're becoming a copy. You want to copy and paste. It doesn't work. You don't know what I have done for me to reach where I am. So the same way, people will see you succeeding, will see Prof. Joyce there at the helm of her career and think it was just easy. But talk to her, listen to her story. You realize that it's a journey of becoming, and bloom where God has planted you. Don't plant yourself. Don't plant yourself in somebody's where they have dominion. You can't. You can't. We know Mumbi is the master of corporate governance. We know it. I cannot be there. That is her space. It's her now to dominate and shine, and not be the tail there, but be the head there. So amazing, amazing when we stay in our lines. And I'm almost the end now. And dominion is staying blessed, even in famine. And I had to bring this because I love it. Every time I go through a famine in my life, I go back here. That Isaac planted crops in that land. And the same year, which year? When there was famine. And he reaped 100-fold. Why? Because the Lord blessed him. So that is dominion. That you are so aligned that when people are complaining there is no business, Mary, it is coming to you easily and effortlessly. When people are saying, hakuna biashara, hakuna pesa, that kina Mumbi, that SRC, hakuna salary increase, but for you, you will reap 100-fold. That is the grace we are talking about, that you are being blessed even in famine, when everybody is saying things are not working out. But for you, you are dominating. It is your space, it is your season, and you are blessed. You are blessed. So this is amazing when you get it real deep, that even in famine, that you can reap 100%. 100%. When there's no funding for universities, yes, you can reap 100-fold. You only now need to start creating those possibilities. I think I've taken more time than I needed. It's almost 7:30. Great. So I hope we are getting there. We are learning something out of this conversation. Beautiful. I wish you could use the chat for me to know we are together, but it is okay. Then it doesn't end there. The next scripture after dominion is being fruitful and multiply. So you cannot be having dominion and you are not multiplying. So check your life. Are you multiplying? Is there increase? We have seen when you're dominating, there's 100%, 100-fold. So you can't be dominating and there's no increase that way to pale, same clothes, same way of staying, same cups you've been taking tea with, same bed sheets, same. There must be multiplication, new friends, new horizons. That's what you are talking about. Being productive. I'm looking at the similar words of being fruitful, productive. And that's what God said. Be fruitful and multiply. So are you obeying that? Are you fertile? Are you fertile? Someone, some background noise, Alberta, can I commute? Yes. So are you fertile? How are you making your land fertile? Because it won't be fertile when you just stay there and keep on cultivating and there's nothing you are adding to it. There's some effort from your side to cultivate and make the land productive and fertile so that it can be fruitful. Being fruitful is about having plenty, that your cup overflows, that you share unto others. It's about being abundant. It's about rewarding. It's about being effective in what you have. It's about excellence. So you cannot have dominion without being fruitful and multiplying. And being fruitful and multiplication is a product of you dominating your space, dominating your kingdom, ruling over your kingdom. That's when you start going to the next level. You can't just be there. You must thrive and flourish. You must thrive and flourish. And that is the gospel of igniting possibilities. You cannot be at the same space where you were in January. You cannot be at the same space that you were in April. What have you done differently? Which new places? We talked about new places that you have gone, new books that you have read, new knowledge that you have acquired, new people that are pushing you, that are now in your world. That's where it falls. So if you're not going to any place, if you're not going to any place this year that you've never been before, then my friend, as we come to the end of the year, make sure you have gone. If you have not read a new book that you had not read before, make sure you have read. If you have not met new people, please come for the book launch. You will meet new people who will help you to thrive and flourish. So ladies, I think that's where I come to the end. Ignite, unleash your inner fire, step out, step up, and out. And that brings me to the end of my 4 days. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Mumbi was telling me we are together. Yes, thank you. Now, I would like someone just to say something, someone who has listened maybe to the 4 of them. Anyone who has been here? I know Mary has been consistent from day 1 to day 4. I don't know who else has. Na msinyamaze, sasa tunamaliza. Anyone who can speak and say something, just a closing remark as we come to the end? Has it been worthwhile?
I can share what I got from the 4. The first one, what
Yes.
struck me was all things are possible. Endless, limitless possibilities. Like we have no limitation in whatever. When God created us, we are complete with everything that we need. So the second day we did with God. The first time it was with God, all things are possible. Then the second day we did with God. Now you put God in the center of it all. And then we started creating possibilities in the last week where you are co-creating. And now we take power and authority to dominate, aligning ourselves with law, just getting to know who you are, what your gifts are, and what you want, and aligning yourself part. And now measuring your progress. How are you improving yourself? Are you the head? You cannot dominate and you're the tail. You actually have no power. You are not the head, you have no power to dominate. You'll just be seeing people then but the circumstances, like you have finished, the circumstances are not supposed to dictate what is going to happen. It is when you have the blessing of God. When you are blessed, the seasons do not matter. It is God giving you what you want, irrespective, because He's blessing you.
Wow.
Thank you. That is what I've gotten from the 4 days.
Thank you so much, Mary, for sharing. Anyone, any other person? Thank you so much, Mary. Fabian, are you able to speak?
Can I speak, Coach?
Yes, Angeline, yes.
Sorry, if I'm
not.
Go ahead.
Yes, Angeline.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I've not been able to contribute because I needed to finish a number of steps that I set for myself every day. I have missed 2 sessions, but having joined session 1 and today's session, I must say for me, it's the ripple effect of starting with believing in yourself and believing you can do it. And of course, putting God first, and asking Him to go ahead of you. That does a lot of what do I call it? Shifts in your mindset, in the way you think, in how you view things. Today, and I'll be sharing some more when we get to meet, and I can't wait to meet all of you ladies. Since we started right from day 1 when I joined Rich and Royal, I can say a lot of changes have happened to me, and it's because of that believability, igniting myself with possibilities that I never knew existed in me. I can go on and on and on, and many times I look back and I wonder, why have I wasted so many years? But again, Coach Loice reminds us that there's always a beginning. So it is that first step that makes the whole difference. So that's how I would want to wrap up what these 4 weeks have been like. I could say more, but let me allow someone else to also share. Thank you, ladies. Always a pleasure. Coach Loice, God bless you immensely for this that you began. Thank you. God bless you, ladies.
Thank you,
And get well to all those colleagues and sisters who are unwell.
Thank you so much. Judith, are you able to speak?
Yes, Coach. For me, it's really been amazing. I don't regret joining these 4 sessions. And in it all, I've learned more of the power that God has given us. When we started in the beginning with the creation and the power that was bestowed upon us, and now today as we wrap up, then as we dominate, we have a role to play. And I'm glad that I'm also having to look back. Where do I need to improve? And now that we go to almost the last quarter, or as we go towards the last quarter of the year, I'm looking back and really grateful for the many things I've learned. And thank you so much, Coach, for imparting knowledge and even sacrificing to teach us and impart knowledge in us. And I've learned quite a lot, and I will continue improving myself through these sessions. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. I'm looking at all of you and I'm seeing, yeah, all of you are coming for the book launch. So you're actually going to meet for the first time there. Wow, that's amazing. So thank you so much, ladies. I don't want to take so much of your time. It has been a great pleasure. I remember when I started this, I had said, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's just a thought that came into my mind. Why not have this as you release your book, Ignite? And I created it and it just became so. So now I've moved now from the masterclass. Now I'll be having some talks with people like you in the Ignite Possibilities show. So I'll be having conversations with you to be shared on YouTube. You never know who you are going to ignite from your story. So when I reach out, kindly say yes. Let's ignite possibilities by sharing our stories. Let other people know that they also can ignite their lives. Mumbi says it has been an amazing line. What has struck home is in the beginning, God created me. I'm a creation of God. He has nothing but good plans for me. He's my centerpiece, and together we are co-creators. He has given me dominion. Yes. Yes, you are there, male and female. He has given me dominion over everything. And it's up to me to take up the dominion and lead. Yes, that's why we are leading. We are leading, and leaders have dominion. They are not the tails, they are the heads. And be the best. And yes, keep my word always. Yes, Mumbi, that's where we need to ignite, to keep your word. When you keep your word, you will exercise. When you keep your word, you will invest. Yes, and remain accountable. Thank you so much, Mumbi, for that kind remark. So great. Yeah, so I have created that possibility. So Ignite Possibilities Masterclass is done. Now it's Ignite Possibilities show on YouTube. And I'll be having conversations with all of you, just all of you, and many more that God will bring on my path. So let's create this possibility together. When I call upon you, kindly say yes. Yes, Mumbi, I know she'll be the first one there to say her story. Thank you, thank you, thank you.